Now, Fox 23 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Spring has sprung and gardeners may be itching to get outside and start planting. Whether you have a green thumb or not, we do have some tips to help. Joining me this morning is gardener and author Celeste Longacre. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here,
Oh,
Celeste.
my pleasure, my pleasure.
Now, we're coming off of a pretty long winter.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are so excited that it's finally warming up and it's spring, but it turns out that this winter might actually benefit the growing season.
Well, the last time we had a really long cold winter was 2011, and we had a perfect summer. It was warm, it was long, it was sunny, it was just absolutely perfect. Everybody's gardens did fantastically well, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that's going to happen again.
We're hoping that will happen this summer as well. Now, why should someone start gardening?
I think the health benefits are really, really phenomenal. You know, studies have shown that when you pick a vegetable, it starts to use up its own nutrients to stay alive. So if you pick that vegetable in California and it has to take a week to get shipped here, and then it goes into the supermarket, and then you go into the supermarket and buy it, it might sit in your refrigerator for a day or two. There's not that many nutrients left in that vegetable, but when you go out and you pick it right out of the garden and you cook it and you eat it right away, it's really, really nutritious.
Now, you have some tips. You have a little demonstration for us. Tell me what we're going to be doing today.
What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be showing how to plant some different things, because different plants like to be planted in different ways, or maybe I should say I like to plant things in different ways. Okay, so for instance, carrots.
And these would be okay to plant right around.
Carrots are okay to plant now,
okay.
yeah. Not all of these things are okay to plant, but carrots you would want to plant, you know, kind of in a row. It could be a row that's sort of, you know, mixed up like that.
Yeah, and if this was the ground, the dirt, is there, you just kind of sprinkle it on there? You don't have to, you know, dig or anything?
Well, what we're going to do once we get everything planted is we're going to put some dirt on top. We would put compost on top.
Okay.
And the beets the same way. It's sort of like I do a wide row because we're going to be thinning. And beets actually are not seeds. They're actually fruits. So the beets have a lot of seeds in them.
Wait for that one, right?
Wait for that one. But these are big seeds.
Oh, yes, they're much bigger.
So what I usually do with the zucchini is I'll make like a little, almost like the top of a volcano.
And these you want to plant after
Memorial Day? Right.
Okay.
And I plant a lot more, any seed that's big like this, I plant a lot more than I'm going to eventually need because the ants will steal them.
Uh-oh.
But I make it like that because then it will be a water catch.
Okay.
So then you take some really nice compost and you just cover them up.
So it's just a little layer on top.
Yep.
Not a huge layer.
Well, the rule of thumb is you want to plant crops about as deep as twice the thickness of the seed.
Okay.
Okay.
And since these are pretty small seeds.
Those are kind of small seeds. And you want to make sure you cover them. Birds love beet seeds, so you don't want them to know they're there.
So you plant these. How long will it take before we start to see some of these vegetables start sprouting?
Well, the beets come up a little bit faster. These come up in 10 to 14 days. The summer squash will come up in, you know, just a few days. Lettuce I plant a little bit differently because I broadcast it. So I kind of cover the whole bed, or whatever part
just
of the bed I'm going to. Right. I don't plant it in rows, and then I thin it. Peas, and that's another plant that I plant really thick.
And is this in a row too, or is this kind of spread out?
No, I do this spread out too.
Okay.
So it's called broadcast, and you can even just kind of push them down.
Poke them in there.
Poke them in there.
And Celeste, you also just have a new book out called Celeste's Garden Delights. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay, this is a book, it's really a book about being more self-sufficient. It has gardening in it, it has canning and freezing and drying, how to build a root cellar, how to put stuff in the root cellar, backyard chickens, it's got cooking and fermentation, so it's got a lot of different hints.
Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best to you this summer.
Oh, thank you.
And stay with us, we'll be right back.